So let's talk about England. I'm going to have a bit of a ramble as an England fan. I do it sometimes. Now, is Eddie Jones doing the right thing? Now, some of you may think he's got a bit of a master plan going. Some of you may think he's really missing a trick. We're going to go through position by position and see where England are at, because at the moment it's not quite clicking, and I still think there's a better England team out there, although some stuff I'm not sure they can help. The props, they're an interesting conundrum. Genge is a great player. Sinclair's a good player. Around the pitch, they're fantastic. But are they the best scrummagers compared to the best props in the world? Probably not. Would it be better off starting the likes of Marler and maybe Hayes and bringing Genge and Sinclair on? Or are we getting into that phase where Eddie Jones kind of has a favourite and is going to stick with it no matter what? I think they could do with trying that against France or Ireland. I think that's worth going for and seeing if that impact of Genge and Sinclair has a better effect than them starting and bringing on the big guys at the end. I think it's the way to go, or certainly worth a try. Hookers, I'm pretty happy with, to be honest. Now, England have definitely had a second row problem in this Six Nations. Johnny Hill was 100% going to be the big number 5, and his injury really mucked things up. Jules and Ezekwe are decent players, but on the world stage, physically, Jules just doesn't quite have it, although I love his skills, his commitment, his organisation. Ezekwe we're still not sure about. That's definitely a weakness for England. Will Launchbury come back into it when he's match fit? You could put Laws in there, but then it's a bit lightweight. And just compared to teams like France and Ireland, they really look light on quality in the second row, which is interesting because, in the World Cup with the likes of Cruz and Launchbury kicking about and Itoje, it was looking really good. Back row wise, not too bad. I think Laws, Curry, Dombrandt's a very good balanced back row, or Laws, Underhill, Dombrandt, something like that. But I do think they're missing a trick by leaving their most dangerous back row at home in Alfie Barbary. I think he's ready. I'm not quite sure, with 1 year out to the World Cup, what you've got to lose by getting him in there, getting him experience. Will a certain Jack Willis come back into it in a year's time? I don't know. Maybe Hill of Worcester might come into it. So I still think there's a few players worth trying there, but I'm fairly happy for now. At 9, what I really want to see is Randall, Quirk and Van Poortvliet all in the wider squad, scrapping it out for the top 2 spaces. I think Youngs's time is done. He's done really well for England, but at the moment I just don't see him as a World Cup starter, or compared to the other scrum halves on the world stage, I just don't see him anywhere close. At least Randall, Quirk and Van Poortvliet have the potential to get to the top, so I think get them in there. Retire Youngs, done great for England, but now's the time to move on. At 10, well, Marcus Smith just has to keep going, really. He needs more experience. Behind him, apart from obviously Ford and Farrell, I don't think there's really anyone else young at the moment, which is a little bit of a worry potentially. But keep getting him experience and he will be getting better and better. So I think that's fine. I've done a whole video on the centres, so I'm not going to go over it too much. But if they're not going to play Atkinson, they've got to get Kelly in there. I think he's fantastic. He can take the ball to the line and he's got a great passing game at 20 years old. Just get him in there, get him some experience alongside the likes of Slade. I think that would be great. Jomo maybe might get there from Bath, and also Ethan Grayson in the under-20s is a massive guy and also a good kicker and passer. He could be one to watch as well. Now on the wings, we know that Malins is a great all-rounder, but he would be the perfect number 22 or 23, covering the back 3, and I think he's a really good fly half as well. He could be perfect, so I think it's worth trying him there. Noel, jury's out for me. He was pretty good in attack, a bit ropey in defence, but we need some physical threat there. The speed of Radwan is needed. The size and power of Hassel Collins maybe, or Liner is needed. And also a certain Joe Thokanasiga came back into action this weekend. Too late for the Six Nations, but I think in the summer he is back. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of all those selections, what you would do, and I'll catch you next time.